We're going to find the period and amplitude of each graph. The amplitude is basically the magnifying part of it. So the period is going to be 2 pi over b. But in this case, all we have to do is just look at the graph. So basically the amplitude is how far, in this case, we're starting at 0, and this goes up to 4 here, and down to 4 here. So the amplitude is 4. The whole length is 8. But you could add these together or subtract them. And so you would do 4 minus a negative 4, and you divide it by 2 and you get 8. So, or you get 4. So that's where your amplitude comes from. Your period is the number of times where it starts repeating. For example, on this one, it starts repeating. If I start here at negative 2, I'm just going to start in the middle. And then it starts repeating right here. And this is kind of bad right here, but right in here is where it starts repeating itself. So that would be at 3. So the length from here to there is 5. So my period equals, I'll change that, equals 5. You could even see it here from 3, whoops, I had that in eraser form. So if this was 3 to 8 is kind of where it's repeating. So every 5 is repeating the same pattern. So the period is 5. On this one, this one's a little easier to see. My amplitude, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going from 0 to negative 6. Alright, so the amplitude is really going to be negative 6 minus 0, or you could say 0 minus a negative 6. And then what you're going to get is, and it's the absolute value of it. So you do that and then you divide it by 2. So this is going to be 6 over 2, which equals 3, is your amplitude. Basically, you're cutting this in half right here. So you're going up 3 and down 3, if this was 3 here. And then, of course, for this one, you'd have negative 6 over 2, which is negative 3, and you just take the absolute value of that. So the amplitude equals 3. Now the period is going to be from, it makes, you could start here from 0 to 2. Or you could say we're starting from negative 1 to 1. Either way, it repeats every 2 units. So the period equals 2. You could look at it from here, the graph from here to there. So there's 1 unit, 2 units total. The next one is this one. And so we're going, this is negative 5, and this is 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 7 minus a negative 5 and divide it by 2. That's going to be your amplitude. It's basically the absolute value of that. And that's going to equal 12 over 2, which is 6. Okay, so your amplitude is 6. And basically, that would mean if I go down 6 to 1, this is where you would draw your midpoint line right there. Your period is the length, the full cycle. So if I start at 0 here, then it makes a complete cycle all the way to 2 pi over 3. So my period equals 2 pi over 3. It makes a complete wave between 0 and 120 degrees. and then it keeps repeating 120 degrees all the time. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.